Hi, today I'm doing day 3 of the affirmations, but before that I'm going to prepare with a few things. First of all, I am using aromatherapy incense. You can find a scent that works for you, but this actually different than some of our other senses, which have to be it's like modulated. In other words, you would say transduction is when a chemical signal initiates like a physical, like vibrational response, or an electrical signal triggers a light, like a light reaction, or like in the eye, and then the eye sends electricity to the brain, and then also like literally receptors on the fingers can pick up things and then convert it into chemical messengers. Chemical messengers in the body can cause things to contract or expand. So specifically with smell, the reason I'm focusing on this today is because it goes right through to with olfactory receptors. Olfactory to do with the nose, smelling. It brings it right in and immediately has already a bank which it measures things against, whether it's new or old, good or bad, safe or unsafe. So smells that we find pleasing immediately trigger feelings of well-being. It makes you breathe deeper. It literally opens the respiratory system. It's like, oh, flowers, or oh, yummy food. It literally causes a physiological response that goes into my incense agrees with me. It clapped. It goes into the cells of our body that have to do with chill and I'm immune to any problems and I can have fun, that kind of idea. And the other thing I'm using is a lavender oil, and a few places where you can use it, and lavender is really good for also. So that's why this might be a beginner just intro to somebody if you don't know much about essential oils or scents. I'm sharing with you now. It also works in other areas, same idea. These have medicinal properties that breathing them in or putting them onto the skin, they cause, again, they're banked already. So especially using familiar ones. So these are some good places. In Chinese medicine, we learn about pressure points, but pretty much in anyone who's gotten a massage. And I'm not going to put these on my face, but I'm going to go through, just like a light little bit. You see, I didn't use a lot, just little dabs. I'm going to go through a little facial massage as well, which will open up the breathing pathway. So we're going to start here, just by the sinus, rubbing in. And breathing out, breathing in. I'm just releasing up the whole sinus area here. I'm going to move. There's going to be a bone right here. You're going to go right under the bone. Like this. Under the ridge. Keep breathing, even if you hear funny noises or you feel like you can't breathe. Just keep breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Now we start to spread it under. I know I look ridiculous. We all do this position. Following it under the cheekbone. And you're following the ridge all the way to the point where it meets the air, okay? I'm just doing this because it feels like it opens up the pathway more. You might want to try some intuitive movement like I am. was a big yawn. You could see my nervous system is shifting into rest and digest. And one more, we're going to go all the way around this time. You're going to go to the point of the back of the head, where if you follow this ridge under, right, above the ears, keep following the ridge, it goes down a little, and then there's a point in the back of the head. And you're going to push up. And this is actually freeing up all our tension, which comes from our jaw clenching and fear, and this is a pathway we're using. So start one more time. Face massage, so it's intuitive, like you don't do exactly what I'm doing, but you do what works for you. And then when you get to the middle of the back of the head, stretch up, pressure point, better to take longer and do light pressure than to overdo it. And now we're going to get away from this pathway, which frees up, and we're going to actually go into the jaw just for a few, and you feel already probably it's getting looser. You're going to feel right here, we have some glands here for saliva, and also we have muscles for chewing, so nothing too much pressure, but just kind of like slowly sliding down. And one more, okay? Oh, we'll do two more. Ending now at the tip in the middle. So before we did the middle of the back of the head, to release this area, right? And now we're gonna do one more time. I'm feeling it go down my arms even, this opening, so. Just trust your body to integrate it. You see, I'm making all these movements not to tell you to do them, but just to show you that you really get in, take your time, get into these pressure points. They release in long chains. Alright, so we did our face massage mostly. We have one more area. It's going to be right above the brows, but you can actually pinch up. This is all of our concentration. I have to stay focused, I have to figure it out, okay? Pinch up. But on the bone, okay? So you're going to not do too much pressure, it'll hurt you. One more time, we're going to do it 3 times, right? And it ends up right here at the temples, just a light little. If it hurts, you can do more pressure. If it's less pressure. And I'll kind of tap around the head. I'm going to end with our neck. Just sort of like here. So tapping on the head. Into like pulling, just right here, just trusting, pulling, for trusting we don't have to carry the world on our shoulders, we can let go. Bringing it all into the heart. Let me do a butterfly tap.